iPhone. As you know, last year we introduced iPhone 4, and it's a breakthrough phone. And despite competitors trying really hard to copy it, they really haven't come close to anything nearly as good. It's got that beautiful Retina display, glass front, all glass back, the revolutionary stainless steel bands that create the antenna system and make it the thinnest smartphone. And as you've heard, it's the #1 smartphone in the world and #1 in customer satisfaction. So people have been wondering, how do you follow up a hit product like the iPhone 4? Well, I'm really pleased to tell you today all about the brand new iPhone 4S. Of course, it starts with the Retina display. Of course, it's glass in the front and back and has that incredible stainless steel band around it, making it the thinnest smartphone. But don't be deceived, because inside, it is all new. So how's it different? First, it has a new chip inside. The A5 chip that we've launched just this year in the iPad 2 is now making its way into the iPhone. This is an Apple-designed chip that's remarkable. It's a dual-core processor. It delivers performance that's up to twice as fast at CPU tasks. It's also dual-core graphics, which means the graphics can be up to 7 times faster than they were in the previous iPhone. This is going to help across all the kinds of applications you might use. But one area that we really see it scream is on games. What developers can do with gameplay on a phone will be remarkable. To show you just what that can be like, I'm really proud to invite up the president of Epic Games, Mike Kapp, to show you something unbelievable. Mike?
Thanks, Phil. Hi, folks. So a year ago, we showed our Unreal Engine 3 game technology running for the very first time on iOS. With groundbreaking visuals and unique gameplay, Infinity Blade was a really huge success for Epic Games. We delighted millions of players, and we booked almost $20 million in revenue, which is a pretty good share of that 3 billion number we saw. So that's why I'm so excited today to show you for the very first time our next iOS exclusive that leverages that A5 chip, Infinity Blade 2. Donald?
Today we're going to show you visuals like you've never seen before on a handheld device. In fact, we're going to show you some graphics techniques that aren't even seen on high-end gaming consoles.
So this may all look pre-rendered, but I swear this is all running in real time on that A5.
We join our hero Cyrus as he embarks on his journey to find the Worker of Secrets, the legendary creator of the Infinity Blade. His goal is to get him to join him in his quest to track down and destroy the Deathless.
So these light shafts coming through the door are called dynamic light rays, or God rays. This is tech we only recently added to our engine and showed for the first time in our other hit game, Gears of War 3, and it's already running on this amazing device.
Infinity Blade 1 concentrated on incredibly detailed and lifelike character animation, but now with the power of the A5, we can bring that detail to the rest of the environment with fireflies dancing in the air and leaves blowing in the wind, the reflections in the water. We even have koi swimming in the pond. I mean, look at that, beautiful, right?
And so all this adds up to a realistic and immersive world that feels like in the middle of a movie, but again, this is all running real time.
Infinity Blade 2 is loaded with new gameplay features, including the ability to customize your own weapons. Now that guy looks pretty scary, so I'm going to use another new feature, the option to use 2 swords.
You can really see the character shadowing coming to life here. His headrest is on his shoulders, his helmet is casting down onto his chest. Just makes everything feel more grounded and alive. So while this Titan's vulnerable, he's tapping these attack points to unleash a flurry of blows. But it looks like all you've done is upset him, Don. You're in trouble now.
I think I got this. Actually, maybe I don't. I don't know.
That's what I get for doubting you, sir. Infinity Blade 2 is going to bring these eye-melting graphics, online social challenges, dozens of new enemies, hundreds of new weapons, and it's only going to run like this on an iPhone 4S. Why? Because it's awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, Phil. Thanks.
Infinity Blade will be available December 1st.
What better word than that was killer. Just killer. Unbelievable. So that's a great example of the performance you're going to get out of the brand new iPhone 4S with this A5 chip and all its capabilities. Now you would think if you put a processor that powerful inside a super thin phone, one of the things you're going to trade off is battery life. But the hardware and software teams have worked really hard to get industry-leading battery life as well. For the first time in an iPhone, we now have 8 hours of talk time on 3G. It's incredible battery life. Here are some of the other numbers. 8 hours of 3G talk time, 14 hours of 2G talk time, 6 hours of browsing your network, 9 hours on Wi-Fi, 10 hours of watching video, 40 hours of listening to music. Fantastic battery life. So that's our first new feature, making the iPhone 4S all new. That A5 chip, incredible performance, and great battery life. Second, the wireless system. As you know, in the iPhone, we've revolutionized with a stainless steel band made up of 2 antennas on the outside that make the phone even thinner. And our engineering team has worked really hard at advancing this state-of-the-art with something new. They've done something really technically amazing that's never been done in a phone before. Can now intelligently switch between the 2 antennas for both transmit and receive. Again, that's never been done. And this works even while you're on a call. Can switch between the antennas to make even better call quality. So that's the new antenna system. But it isn't just better at improving your call quality, it's also faster too. You can now download data to twice as fast as before. So what does that mean? Well, previously with the iPhone 4, you could upload data. This is theoretical maximum performance, as we always quote, 5.8 megabits per second up and 7.2 down. And now with the new iPhone 4S, that doubles to up to 14.4 megabits per second down. Now, if you follow the phone industry, these numbers might sound familiar. 5.8 up, 14.4 down. Where have I heard that before? Well, this is what the majority of our competitors claim when they talk about 4G performance. The Motorola Atrix 4G, the LG Thrill 4G, the HTC Inspire 4G, they even put it in their names. We're not going to get into a debate in the industry of what's 4G and what isn't. We leave that to others to talk about. What's most important when it comes to real-world performance, the iPhone 4S is just as fast as all these phones. In fact, we think with some of our software enhancements, it's even faster in real-world use. So that's performance. Next, a world phone. If you know about these technologies, you know that the iPhone 4 came in 2 flavors, GSM and CDMA. They carry a GSM phone as your home network. When you roam around the world, you're more likely to find a GSM network that you can roam on. If you choose CDMA as your home network, well, you can't roam on a GSM network with an iPhone 4 when you travel. Well, now the iPhone 4S is a world phone. It has both GSM and CDMA. So when you're traveling with GSM, of course, you can roam on those networks. When you're traveling and you have CDMA as your home network, you can roam on GSM networks around the world. That really benefits customers a lot. So that's the new antenna system. A breakthrough in switching between 2 antenna technologies, the ability to have faster downloads, twice as fast, and a world phone. Third, the camera system. You've heard, and you all know firsthand, just how great the pictures you can take with an iPhone are. And customers love using it because they're beautiful, and they have it with them all the time. And you've seen some of the numbers, I'm sure. The iPhone 4, not all iPhones, just the iPhone 4 is already past all other cameras and phones for taking pictures and posting them on internet sites like Flickr, beating every point and shoot and DSLR. It's really great. So when we set out to create an all-new phone, a camera in the iPhone 4S, we didn't set our sights on just making it better than every other phone. We've already done that. We set our sights on competing with the quality of many great point-and-shoot cameras. So it really is the one camera you want to have with you all the time. So what's this new camera inside the iPhone 4S like? Well, let me tell you all about it. First, it starts with a new sensor, an 8-megapixel sensor. This lets you take photos that are 3264 by 2448. That means you can print out an 8x10 glossy photo that's pixel perfect. It's gorgeous. That's 60% more pixels than were in the iPhone 4's camera sensor. Now, if you know about digital camera sensors, you know the more pixels you pack in, it doesn't actually make a picture better. That'll make a picture worse, unless you do something really smart. And our team has done that. This new sensor is a state-of-the-art CMOS backside illuminated sensor. It allows us to gather 73% more light per pixel than the iPhone 4 sensor did, giving much richer colors, much better low light performance. And it's a lot faster, too, a third faster at taking that picture. On top of that sensor, we place a hybrid IR filter. This is the kind of stuff you talk about with high-end DSLRs. It allows us to create more accurate colors and more uniform colors across your whole picture from edge to edge. And one of the most important elements of a great camera system is the optics. And here we've really gone overboard. We have an amazing lens system. 5 Apple-designed custom lenses. There were 4 in the iPhone 4. This allows us to make an even sharper picture, 30% sharper. And the lens opening is now a really wide f2.4. Now, for those of you who know about cameras, know, compared to most point-and-shoots, that's a very wide open lens aperture. It means you can let in more light, better low light performance. That's a lot on the camera itself. But it doesn't stop with the camera because we use some really smart algorithms inside the iPhone 4S. We use that A5 chip to do some incredible stuff. For example, I left off one important thing. So there's one part of the A5 we haven't told you about. Inside the A5 is an Apple-designed image signal processor, too. It's really powerful for doing things like advanced face detection algorithms. So not only can the iPhone 4S tell if you're trying to take a portrait shot and there's a person in it, it can tell if there's up to 10 people in it and get the best auto exposure across all their faces. And it does an amazing job with white balance. The auto white balance is even better in the iPhone 4, which was already state-of-the-art. And that chip is really fast. It can take super fast photos. Well, what do we mean? Well, here's some other phones out there that have put 8-megapixel camera sensors in them. Not as good as we've done, but let's look at their speed. The Droid Bionic, to take that first picture, 3.7 seconds. The Galaxy S2, HD Sensation, about 2 seconds. The new iPhone 4S, 1.1 seconds. And it gets even faster. You go to take another picture, it's just a half a second longer to get that second picture on the iPhone 4S. The other guys, yeah. The other guy's 2 to 3 seconds, 2 to 3 times longer. And I don't know what Droid Bionic customers have to do between taking pictures, like go get coffee. But none of that matters, right? All that matters is, can I take great pictures? So what I'm going to do next is show you some pictures that we've taken with the iPhone 4S. And these are exactly as they've come off the iPhone 4S. We've not manipulated and enhanced or done anything with these photos. So here's a beautiful landscape shot taken with the iPhone 4S. There's some hot air balloons going up, and you see a dynamic range of color, how vibrant those colors are. It's a fun portrait shot. Show great skin tones, amazing auto white balance. You also take macro photos. You can tap on something close up. Check this out. This squirrel. You can see the hairs on the nose of the squirrel. And do you know how hard it is to get a squirrel to stand still? Not easy. This is a great shot to show color uniformity and the lack of distortion from corner to corner in the photo. It's a really great sense and a really great lens. Get great range of color, rich blacks, very sharp contrast. This is a great shot of water, a wave crashing on a rock. Look how fast this is. Look at that wave frozen in time as the splash is hanging in midair. I'll end it with this one. I could go on and on, but I'll end it here. This is a nice beginning of evening shot. You see a little bit of depth of field, right? You've seen that in a couple of these photos. The background's blurred because that aperture 2.4 allows us to get a little depth of field. And you get just what you want in a sunset photo. To start of that salmon color that the sun makes, a bad auto white balance setting would make this sort of a neutral gray and ruin the beautiful color, but not the iPhone 4S. So that's the camera system, all new inside the iPhone 4S, and it takes stunning photos. Next, video recording. Use that same camera system and all the things we've just talked about to take stunning HD video. And for the first time, it is now 1080p HD video, just the resolution you want. And we use that powerful image signal processor inside the A5 chip to do some incredible things, like real-time video image stabilization. As you know, as you make a video camera smaller and smaller, it gets harder to hold it really still. So this helps remove a lot of that shakiness you could get. And we try to improve the video quality in real time by doing temporal noise reduction, especially helps in low light scenarios. So of course, I'm dying to show you what this looks like. Well, we've captured some video. We've made it into a home movie, so we've edited it with some sound and some cuts. But this is exactly the video quality you get out of the new iPhone 4S. Let's play that. Beautiful. For many customers, this iPhone 4S will be the best still camera they've ever owned, the best video camera they've ever owned, and they have it with them everywhere they go. Next, one of actually the best kept secrets of features on the iPhone and the iPad is AirPlay. Our customers love AirPlay. And as you know, AirPlay lets you stream your music wirelessly from your iPhone to any AirPlay-enabled stereo or speaker system. And if you have Apple TV plugged into your TV set, you can stream your photos right up onto your TV set to share with your family and friends. And you can play videos right from your iPhone up on your TV. It's something we just introduced on iPad 2. We're now also bringing to iPhone 4S the ability to do AirPlay mirroring. This means everything you see on your screen can be up on TV. Whether you're giving a presentation or playing a game, it's perfect to have the interaction right there on your phone screen and up on the large TV set. And if you don't have an Apple TV plugged in, maybe you're going to a friend's house, well, you can also just plug in an HDMI cable and do it over the wire as well. So that's AirPlay and video mirroring. So the new iPhone 4S, entirely new on the inside with an A5 chip that's unbelievable in performance. A great new wireless system with dual antennas that are automatically switched between them. And it's a world phone and twice as fast downloads. This incredible camera, 8 megapixel with all new optics, the A5 chip driving great ISP algorithms, a 1080p video camera built in, AirPlay, wireless mirroring, and on top of all that, of course, comes with iOS 5, and all the great software you've heard about there. And of course, it's now part of this amazing service called iCloud that lets us have all of our content wherever we are. So that's the iPhone 4S. It's the best iPhone yet. We haven't told you really the best feature of it. Left one thing out. And this is really cool. It's a feature all about our voice. Because for decades, technologists have teased us with this dream that you're going to be able to talk to technology and it'll do things for us. Haven't we seen this before over and over? But it never comes true. We have very limited capability. You just learn a syntax, call a name, dial a number, play a song. It is such a letdown. What we really want to do is just talk to our device. Ask a simple question. what's the weather going to be like today? And get a response. In fact, we don't want to be told how to talk to it. We want to talk to it any way we'd like. Someone else might ask, will it rain in Cupertino? Or is the weather going to get worse today? Or do I need an umbrella today? And your device, in this case your phone, will figure out what you mean and help you get what you want done. That's a feature of the iPhone 4S we call Siri. Siri is your intelligent assistant that helps you get things done just by asking. So really the best way to understand how amazing the Siri technology is in the iPhone 4S is with a demo. But I'll start by saying this demo, of course, is of beta software. And probably one of the craziest things you could ever do is a voice recognition demo on stage in front of an audience. But you're going to like this so much that we're going to try and do it anyway. So what I'd like to do is invite Scott Forstall back up to give us a demo of Siri. Scott?
I'm really excited to show you Siri. You can get to Siri at any time just by holding down the home button for a couple seconds, and then Siri's listening to you. So let's go ahead and ask Siri about the weather. What is the weather like today?
Here's the forecast for today.
It is that easy. Not only did it understand the words I said, it understands the meaning, and it goes and gives me this weather forecast. But the exact words I say aren't important. It's the meaning behind the words. So I could ask this in a completely different way. Something like, what is the hourly forecast?
Here's the weather for today.
Again, different words, Siri figures out the meaning. In fact, you can even ask more conceptual questions. Things like, do I need a raincoat today?
It sure looks like rain today.
And you saw as you came in, it was raining, so it understands the concept of raincoat and umbrella and other things, and it knows how that relates to weather and answers the question. So we've integrated in with weather. We've integrated it in with all sorts of things on iOS. So let me go and ask it a question using the clock. Something like, what time is it in Paris?
The time in Paris, France is 8:16 p.m.
So again, it recognized the words, understood the meaning, and then comes back with this live clock ticking down the seconds showing what time it is in Paris. But you can ask other questions like, let's say you need to set an alarm clock. Just ask Siri. Wake me up tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Okay, I set it for 6 a.m.
It's that easy. Again, we've integrated with lots of things. We've integrated with the stocks, so you can ask it about the stock market. Something like, how is the NASDAQ doing today?
NASDAQ Composite is down right now at 2,321.70.
And again, you can ask this from the lock screen anywhere. Just press the button and ask. You can ask about the NASDAQ, the Dow, or any specific stock as well. We've also partnered with Yelp. And so you can ask questions about businesses or restaurants. Something like, find me a great Greek restaurant in Palo Alto.
I found 14 Greek restaurants. 5 of them are in Palo Alto. I've sorted them by rating.
Now, I've been in the AI field for a long time, and this still blows me away. The fact that it understands the words, the concepts, and even how now ranks it by Yelp's ordering. We've also integrated in with maps, so you can just ask Siri for directions. Let's say I want to go to Hoover Tower on the Stanford campus. All I say is, give me directions to Hoover Tower.
Here are directions to Hoover Tower.
So again, it recognized what I meant. It found Hoover Tower, takes me right to maps, shows me the directions. You can even ask for things like, what's the traffic around here? Now, sometimes your phone is locked in your pocket, and you're in a hands-free environment. So you might have a Bluetooth headset on, and you receive a text message or an iMessage, and you hear it come in, but it's in your pocket, and you don't want to take it out of your pocket. So with Siri, you can just ask Siri to read it to you. So you can just press on that button on the Bluetooth headset. I'll simulate it by pressing the home button here, but this can all be done hands-free. And just ask Siri, read my message.
New message from Phil Schiller. When can we have lunch?
So it reads it hands-free to me.
You can reply or read it again.
So before I reply, I think I want to have lunch on Friday. Hands-free now, I can just ask Siri about my calendar. I can ask it, do I have any meetings Friday at noon?
You don't have anything on your calendar for this Friday at 12 p.m.
Fantastic. So let me go ahead and reply to Phil now that I can make it. Reply, I can do Friday.
Here's your reply to Phil Schiller. Ready to send it?
I can respond with my voice, or I can just tap on the button, so I'll go ahead and respond.
Okay, I'll send your message.
Now you noticed I said reply. I didn't say reply to Phil Schiller. Siri is following along the conversation just like a human does and knows when I said reply, I meant Phil. Now let me go ahead, again, all hands-free, and schedule that lunch just by talking to my phone. Schedule lunch on Friday at noon with Phil Schiller.
Okay, I set up your meeting with Phil Schiller for this Friday. Are you ready for me to schedule it?
Go ahead and confirm that.
Okay, I scheduled your meeting with Phil Schiller for this Friday.
Now again, this is blow away. I had it read me my message, I checked my calendar, I dictated my response and scheduled it all hands-free just by talking to my iPhone, just by talking to Siri. But there's more. I told you about the Reminders app earlier. The Reminders is integrated perfectly with Siri. So you can create a reminder just like this. Remind me to call my wife when I leave work.
Here's your reminder for when you leave work. Shall I create it?
Sure, let's confirm that.
Okay, I'll remind you.
So again, in an earlier conversation, it asked me who my wife was, and now it knows. And so I just say, remind me about my wife. It's now set up a geofence around work, in this case, Apple for me. When I leave Apple, it'll put up an alert reminding me to call my wife. It's amazing. We've also integrated in with web searches. You can search things like Wikipedia just by talking to it. So let's say you're learning about the space program and you want to look up Neil Armstrong. Just take out your phone and ask Siri. Search Wikipedia for Neil Armstrong.
Searching for Neil Armstrong.
So again, it's that fast to look something up. It takes me right to Safari, right to the article in Wikipedia. Now, we've also partnered with Wolfram Alpha, and they have all sorts of information you can ask questions about. In fact, they have an entire dictionary built in. So now, to define a word, it's as easy as asking Siri to define it, like this. Define mitosis.
Let me think about that. I found this for you.
It's mitosis, cell division in which the nucleus divides into nuclei containing the same number of chromosomes. Again, it is that easy now to look anything up in a dictionary. You just ask your personal assistant, Siri. Now let's say you're off in Europe and you see something and it costs 45 euros. And you're wondering, well, how many dollars is that? Well, just ask Siri. How many dollars is 45 euros?
Let me check on that. This might answer your question.
So what Siri does is it looks out, figures out the current exchange rate, and tells me that 45 euros is $59.59 right now. It even gives me a history of the exchange rates, and for extra measure, translates it into a number of other currencies as well. Now, one of my favorite things is, sometimes your kids will ask, how many days is it until my birthday? Or how many days is it until Christmas? And it's not an easy thing to calculate. But now you just ask your phone, like this. How many days are there until Christmas?
Let me check on that. I found this for you.
82 days until Christmas. Get shopping. So it's just that easy. You can ask so many questions of Siri. Now, you can't ask everything, and it's not perfect, but there's so much you can ask it that we decided to build a guide right into the user interface so it's quick and easy for you to see what kind of questions you can ask. So when you hold down the button and the Siri UI comes up, there's an I button, an information button on the right-hand side. Tap on that to bring up the guide. Let me go ahead and show you that. So press and hold, tap on the I button. Now here's all the sorts of things you can do with Siri. You can voice dial, so call someone just by saying their name. You can control your music. You can control playing an artist or an album, but now you can also play any song you want, including any song you might have in iTunes in the cloud, download it and start playing it for you. Or even a genre, you can say, please play some rap music for me, play some classical music, and it'll automatically start playing that for you. You can use it for messages, send and receive text messages, iMessages. You can manage your calendar now with your voice, schedule meetings, check on meetings, move meetings around, cancel meetings, all just with your voice. It's integrated in with reminders, as you saw, and with maps. You can ask for traffic and directions. Email. You can compose and dictate emails right to Siri. You can ask questions about the weather and about stocks. With a clock, there's a lot of things you can do. In addition to things like the alarm clock, you can set timers. So let's say you stick something in the oven, you're going to bake it and need to take it out in 30 minutes. Just take your phone and ask Siri to set a timer for 30 minutes and you're done. You can look up things for contacts. You can create notes. You can search the web. You can search Wikipedia and all the other questions you can ask of Wolfram Alpha. It is absolutely blow away. Now, you might ask, well, who is Siri? Let's just ask. Who are you?
I am a humble personal assistant.
And that is Siri. Siri is your humble, intelligent, personal assistant that goes everywhere with you and can do things for you just by you asking. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. And that is the coolest feature of the new iPhone 4S. In addition to controlling with your voice and getting things back and information, as Scott showed you, it goes further. Siri also does dictation. So now anywhere you see a keyboard in an application, you'll see a microphone on the iPhone 4S. You can tap on it, get a simple user interface for now, starting to talk to Siri. When you're done with your passage, you tap done, sends it up to our server, and in a blink of an eye, it comes back with your text. It's that simple and that deeply integrated into the system. So Siri, you can speak with your natural language. It's conversational. It understands context of the things you're talking about as you're following along. It's personal in that it's amazing right out of the box, but it actually even gets better as you use it and learns your voice. As you've seen, it's built in with many of our applications. It adds dictation anywhere there's a keyboard. And there's software in the iPhone 4S, and there's software in our data center making this all happen. And this works across Wi-Fi as well as 3G. When we launch the iPhone 4S, it'll be built in with support for English, French, and German. And as we've said, it will be beta at the start. And you've seen how great it is already. By beta, we mean we'll add more languages over time and more services over time as well. So that's Siri. And now you understand all that's new inside the new iPhone 4S. A whole new chip, a great new antenna system with these dual antennas, and it's a world phone and faster. It's incredible new 8-megapixel camera with all new optics. The 1080p HD video camera, AirPlay, everything about iOS 5, all the amazing capabilities of iCloud, and now Siri. We're really excited about the iPhone 4S. And to help customers learn about it, we've created a video. I'd like to play that for you now.
iPhone 4 was groundbreaking. It's one of the best products we've ever designed, and it's gone on to become the #1 smartphone in the world. So we had this challenge. How do you improve on something that's so extraordinary? Well, with iPhone 4S, we did exactly that, by taking this amazing design and completely rethinking the inside. We started by adding the dual-core A5 chip, which is up to twice as fast. Then we completely redesigned the camera, which not only has 8 megapixels, but all new optics. iPhone 4S also comes with iOS 5 with over 200 new features and iCloud. And now we're introducing Siri.
How can I help you?
Siri is a whole new way of interacting with your iPhone using just your voice.
Find me an Italian restaurant in North Beach.
Okay, these 25 Italian restaurants are in North Beach.
It's like this amazing assistant that listens to you, understands you, can answer your questions, and can even accomplish tasks for you.
Move my meeting with Kelly Alltech to 12.
Note that you already have a meeting about budgets at 12 p.m. Shall I schedule this anyway?
Move it to 2.
A lot of devices can recognize the words you say, but the ability to understand what you mean and act on it, that's the breakthrough with Siri.
Read me my text.
New message from Tony Rivas. Are you going to the party?
Reply. Yeah, I'll meet you there. Remind me to grab the present when I get home.
Here's your reminder for when you get home.
It completely changes the way you think about what a phone can do for you.
One of the biggest advances for the iPhone 4S is in its performance. It uses the same powerful dual-core A5 chip that's in iPad 2. With 2 processors handling the workload, it really makes a big difference. Apps will launch and run faster. Graphics can render up to 7 times quicker, making gameplay a lot better. And in Safari, web pages will load up to twice as fast. And it's the world's first phone to intelligently switch between 2 antennas to transmit and receive calls. iPhone 4S is now a world phone, so both GSM and CDMA customers can roam worldwide on GSM networks. iPhone 4S also has an all-new 8-megapixel camera, which dramatically increases the amount of detail in your photos. But the quality of a photograph isn't just about megapixels. The optics of the camera are just as crucial, and we've made significant improvements here. We increased the size of the aperture to let more light in. We added a 5th lens, which gives you a sharper image overall. And the new sensor is designed to capture more light within each pixel, so you get far sharper photos with more detail and more accurate color. When you see the quality of the photos you get from this camera, it's hard to believe they came from a mobile phone. We also know people love to shoot video on their iPhone, so we've made some big advancements here too. iPhone 4S records 1080p HD video at 30 frames per second. Plus, the gyro, along with the incredible new software, will stabilize your video as you shoot it. This will make your videos look a lot smoother.
We've taken what was already an amazing camera and made it even better. Now with face detection, the camera is smart enough to know whether you're taking a portrait or a group shot and automatically focus and expose for either. You get quicker access to your camera right from the lock screen. You can use the volume button to take a photo, and then you can crop, enhance, and edit your photo right on your iPhone. iOS 5 gives you over 200 other new and improved features, including Notification Center, iMessage, and reminders. iPhone 4S also comes with iCloud. iCloud stores your music, photos, apps, mail, contacts, calendars, documents, and more, and wirelessly pushes your content to your devices automatically. With iCloud, you don't have to do anything. It just works.
We've thought through every square millimeter of what's inside the iPhone 4S. With the new dual-core A5 chip, it's so much faster. The new camera is incredible, It comes with iOS 5 and iCloud. And with Siri, your iPhone can do things no other phone has ever done. iPhone 4S is the most amazing iPhone yet.
So that's the iPhone 4S. It comes in black and white. 16 gigabytes for $199, 32 gigabytes for $299, and 64 gigabytes for $399. And that's with the typical US carrier 2-year contract, 64 gigabytes, first time in an iPhone. Now, the iPhone 4S is not the only phone in our lineup. We still have the best phones at a number of price points. Of course, there's the 3GS and the iPhone 4, and they're not going away. The iPhone 4 will now be available in black and white in one configuration, 8 gigabytes for just $99. And the iPhone 3GS, available with 8 gigabytes, free. Yeah, this again, typical 2-year contracts. So now look at this lineup. An 8 gigabyte iPhone 3GS for free, an iPhone 4 at just $99, and the brand new iPhone 4S at $199. That's incredibly aggressive, something fantastic, the best phones at each price point in the entire marketplace. The iPhone 4S, pre-orders will start on the 7th, just this Friday, and will be available in a week on October 14th, a week from Friday. So on October 14th, we'll see it come out in the United States, Canada, Australia, the UK, France, Germany, and Japan. In the US, of course, we're available with AT&T, our long-term partner, and with our great new partner Verizon, and for the first time on Sprint as well. Japan, of course, will be available with SoftBank, our great partner there, and also for the first time, KDDI. A couple weeks later, on October 28th, we'll reach about 22 more countries, starting to move it around the world. There's not many weeks left in the year, but by the end of the year, amazingly, we're going to have brought it out to 70 countries, over 100 carrier partners, and all told, this will be the fastest rollout we've ever had for an iPhone. And that's the iPhone 4S. Thank you.